What's up, everyone? Are you ready for Tuesday market open? I know I am. I hope you guys are ready for this intro because getting pumped is what it's all about. Stock market open, crypto market open, starts soon. Well. Who is ready for Tuesday? Guys, it's all happening. Anyone seen that ETH? Let's just load up Ethereum here. We'll just quickly put it on. Whew! Doesn't get much better than that. 3469. Doge up as well. However, you know that I think Doge kind of kills the crypto market a little bit. Strong moves here. Elon Musk pumping the world of the cryptos. Good morning, everybody. Good evening and good afternoon, of course, to everyone around the world, as we do have a lot of people that get up very early for this stream. Hope you guys are having a great Tuesday. I know I certainly am. DVO official says ETH to the moon. Thomas Watton says that intro lol. Thank you very much, Thomas. It's always good. Good morning, everyone. Yes, we got the update through. Thanks for the memes. Remember, join our Discord community. ! Discord in the chat. That'll let you guys in. Get the memes in there, guys. I love the memes. So, as you'll see in the topic or the comment above here today, we'll be going through our crypto markets, our stock market, pre-market stuff. Of course, the commodities, what's going on with silver and gold right now, and oil. And then we'll go through some interesting picks in the markets right now in terms of just good, strong technicals that are occurring. And I think one of those is with this movement in Ethereum, we know that markets or the crypto market kind of goes BTC first, then it goes over to ETH, then it goes over to other majors, and then we see strange alts become the most popular ones. This is the general thought process. It goes bang to bang to bang. So with that in mind, what is your pick for the next big thing? Because are we starting to move Ethereum a little bit too large? Here is a great little chart that was provided in the, I think it was the private community by one of the members. I actually like it a lot. It's basically a ratio to BTC over time. And what it says is that we are 37% of the way to this very, very large number. However, we should be priced theoretically with Ethereum at around 4,537. And this probably plays into kind of what we've been thinking about in terms of ratios. So really what it's all about right now is every other alt. We're just looking for ratios. And we'll go through some of those. But which is your pick for the next big coin movement? What do you guys think? John Smith says Doge, lol. Well, it could be Doge, but what else other than Doge? Which one is it going to be? Mohammed says, hi, Tom. Hello, Mohammed. Great to have you here. Gerard as well. ACK, Gravity Falls, Darcidius, Triple T Rocks, and of course, Tesla Bull Harry in the community. Marcus Horn's got the right idea. ADA or DOT or BNB. I agree with those kind of comments. Litecoin, Sherlock Holmes says, yep, Litecoin is moving. So let's get started. I guess we'll go crypto into stock as usual. Let's start off with BTC. So BTC is on support. There's no doubt that this is a good support line. You'll see here on the 8 hour, one of our favorite time frames to be looking at any crypto markets, guys. 8 hour, 8 hour, 8 hour, 8 hour, 8 hour. That's the one. 56,000. We've got resistance becoming support. We've got the ribbons, the 20 exponential, the 50 exponential, and the 200 simple moving average. They're all kind of ribboning with each other, acting as dynamic support. And this is a great horizontal line. So this is the type of area that you want to be looking at. You want BTC to hold here. Now, if it just sits here and does this, that's actually not bad for the altcoins. But what you don't want it to do is crash through this level. Because if it does that, what does it do? It starts to affect your Ethereums, your ADAs, your DOTs, etc. That's what it really does do. Let's move over to Ethereum. So of course, Ethereum 3463. We saw before that ratio is kind of predicting 4,000 plus. Are we starting to move a little bit too far away from our moving averages? Well, the trend's still up. We were getting cautious yesterday, that's for sure. We were cautious around here, where it was about 3,200, 3,300. But we've got this 2 hour 20 moving average. So there's the 2 hour 20 moving average, and we're still bouncing off that zone. So really, this is what I'm looking at. When do I think Ethereum is going to go into a holding pattern? Once it closes below the 2 hour 20 exponential moving average, because that's what's been following 1 time, 2 time, 3 time, 4 time, 5 time, 6 times. We know this type of moving average is very, very good. And whenever you're trying to figure out what trend you're on and when a trend ends, sometimes if you go through the time frames, you find the moving average that's been touching the whole way up. It gives you opportunity to buy in, and it also gives you opportunity to see whether the trend has hyperextended and gone away. So yeah, 46 could be here for ETH. Let's now move over to Link. $42. Link's a great coin. Of course, we've loved this for quite some time here on the channel. We've been talking about Link repricing up here. And if you have Link US dollar tether or USD, it doesn't really matter what it is, 42.43, it's hitting that resistance. But I think probably the way we want to look at Link is more to do with Link versus ETH. So let's now have a look at Link versus ETH. It's actually on its knees right down here. Look at Link. Wow. Cheaply priced in comparison to where it has been. Since Link has come out, this is the cheapest Link has been in comparison to ETH in quite some time. So is this at a support level where it should be rallying? You would say yes, this other major should also be rallying, pointing to resistance breaks. Let's have a look at ADA versus ETH. Go on the Binance exchange. Really getting down there. You'll see it's been lower, but when it has exploded, it has exploded hard. And I did a percentage on before the stream here at 156% away in terms of ratio from its peak. And actually from its ratio from where it usually goes, which is about this 0.06, it's still around 53 to 60% away. So what do you guys think about that? These are some big ratios, and this is what generally happens. Remember, we said BTC into ETH, into the major coins, into the final one, which is the alt crappers, the really crap kind of coins, the bad alts. That's the last point. So if we believe all of this is happening right now, we are at stage 2 of this, then becomes stage 3. And guess what? DOT, ADA, Link, and other big coins are only just heating up. Someone mentioned LTC before. Let's have a look at LTC versus ETH. Here's the Kraken chart. Incredibly low, right on support. In terms of ratios, even Litecoin is well down. Look at LTC versus US dollar tether. We go over here, have a quick think about it. 312. So you can see that this is coming back, and it isn't even at the tippity top of where it was. Now, you guys know I don't like Litecoin that much, and I think there's other coins that are better, just because I don't see the use case for Litecoin anymore with all these new coins and all this new technology. Plus, I think also the original founder, the way he sold it. To me, it doesn't make me like this coin. There is percentage to be made here, but it just makes me not like this coin. I would choose the other one. So it's super, super interesting. Super interesting. Fake news and manipulation never wins. Markets are efficient. says Harry. Yeah, they'll move through here. Look what happened to the triple Qs. Talking about the Nasdaq. Yep, we'll check out the Nasdaq. Broke through just then, broke through our support. Don't worry, we'll check it out. Back to XRP. People are going. I think ADA is probably one of the biggest picks, and DOT, because these ratios are off. And we were talking about this just actually a few minutes ago in Discord with somebody, and I kind of tend to agree with them. Basically, we've got here ADA finding pretty nice support. So you'll see here resistances becoming support. This is Cardano, for anyone that doesn't know what it is. And then we've got this 140 resistance that got reached, and we know that it's only going to smash that 150 if it breaks through here. So once we get through here, we've got strong coil action through this whole market recovery phase. And now if it gets through, I think that really Cardano could come into its own again. And the valuation here could be somewhere of upwards of around $80 billion plus. So if we're talking about 80 billion market capitalization, that's almost 100% away from where it is right now. So there is some gains here that could happen if this standard Ethereum ratio comes into ADA, the Ethereum ratio comes into Polkadot, etc., etc., etc. A few people mentioning the XRP and the Doge. Let's have a quick look here. Loving XRP support. Of course, this is the correct resistance becomes support area. The only problem with XRP is it's not the same. It's obviously SEC ruled. It's news related. And that is what really limits us here on this coin. So XRP is being limited to by, I think, more of the news than anything else. That's why I'm not a huge fan now that it broke out once to the 2. I don't know if I'm a huge fan of it, but it is on support. Look for lightning bolts there. That's going to be the one. And the Dogecoin. Now, the higher this goes, the more instability will happen in the markets. So my feeling is the higher this one goes, the more instability that will occur. And therefore, we will have, I would say, a possible pretty crazy weekend. I mean, of course, we've got Elon Musk pumping this coin hard here. Look at Doge, 51.5. This is becoming huge. If it goes to $1, we know that market capitalization becomes around $100 billion. And I think that will create instability in the network and therefore cause a little bit of crashing throughout some of the other coins. So watch this one like a hawk. Any return back to this previous high level probably is going to be met by some demand now in Doge. Good luck out there. Thanks so much for the 867 viewers joining us. We're only 12 minutes into the stream. Great to have you here. Hope you're enjoying so far. But we will move over to the other markets in just a few moments. But I do think that ADA and DOT are the two most interesting ones. Not many people like DOT right now. No one seems to have too much bad things to say about ADA. But these are the two main coins that haven't moved that much. And of course, there's always a Binance coin as well, where if we load up Binance coin, you'll notice it had that breakout yesterday. It's coming back to support. And this could easily go to like a $700 to $800 range based on this technical. Look how strong the 4-hour 20 is as well, guys. 1, 2, 3, 4 touches, all buy zones at this stage. No break underneath, only Doge. The Doge attack can destabilize these coins. Dr. Horton says, is Doge the new VIX? Yes. in crypto, I think it is. I think it is. All right, so people want me to talk about, of course, the markets. So we'll move over now to our thoughts on the markets. I wanted to start with crypto because it's become a thing that we do here on the channel. I feel like everything's okay as long as Bitcoin holds and Doge doesn't go out of control. Let's move over to the markets though. So, not the best. We've been talking about the tipping over here of the market for a couple of days, and it does look like there's some weakness in the Nasdaq. So earnings week last week didn't get us to a new high. We thought that was strange. We had Amazon, we had Apple, we had all these big ones. They were just coming out and they were saying, you know, we made lots of money. And Wall Street was like, yeah, we're not that impressed. We'll just short it. We'll take your money from you, retail traders. And then they have created what looks to be a sell-off here. So on the 4-hour, on the futures, we actually closing potentially under in 1 hour 45. We'll be closing underneath the support of 13,725, which could now create further selling pressure. We've been talking about how this is a bit of a channel. We took that range, we extrapolated it out, and we found that it would be coming back down to the 13,350. So we've been talking about this idea of sell in May and go away. It seems to be occurring at this stage in the equity markets. And I'm sure that's not helping a lot of people, because I've noticed hyper stonks particularly getting hit up by this news and by this movement. So what do? What can we do? Well, we have to look over to the US 500. This is also looking like it's going to open up underneath another important zone that I've been discussing on the channel a lot. This particular area here, the 4175, the support zone, guys. Look, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 touches, wick purchases, little flag breaking through. Has to hold now the first hour. Otherwise, if it opens and closes somewhere around here, we could start that sell off to the 4120 support, because there's nothing holding this market up until the 4125. This is the next area for the S&P 500. Of course, use SPX or SPY to do your analysis. But yeah, there's not much holding this one up here, and it's looking like a bit of a bloodbath. What do you guys think for today? Red or green? What is the market going to end at, red or green? Let me know. When Theta hits $15.80, I'm selling it and putting it all in silver, says Silver Liner. Good luck there. I hope you go well. So Doge a lot's loving it. J-Rock, pre-market bloodbath. Absolutely. Justin V says, crypto sucks. Silver Liner says, I will buy the Tom coin. Hopefully. Took so long for it to be taken seriously, and Doge is destroying all of that, says Laurie. Yeah, Doge definitely takes away some of the, I think some of the ability for super funds to take over. So what we kind of want in the crypto markets is you want alternative asset investment. And I'll get to the super chats in just a few moments. So thank you so much for the guys that are supporting the stream today. Yeah, I think that if you get that Doge kind of movement, what it does is it delegitimizes super funds buying in, and ultimately we need super funds to buy in, because they hold so much money. If they invest 0.5% of their allocation into crypto, oh wow, let the bull market begin. But if they don't, it's really shame. It's shameful. It's bad. Pinot Bourdon says, Tommy, want to buy the dip? Can we do Square? Yeah, we'll do Square. So Square has earnings. We'll do that very, very soon. But firstly, let's just quickly move over to some of the super chats. So, of course, support lines here all getting broken on the stock market at this stage. We haven't got a close on them in the real market, but is looking bearish, and it is looking like the next move could be occurring here. We've kind of smelt it out. We knew that this was happening. I had a few abusive comments in the community against me saying that it was going bullish, but I kind of felt like we were moving a little bit far away, and we'll look over it more very, very soon. Echo Aurora getting things started. Singapore $2. TA on X, please. Let's have a look at X. United States Steel, something I am bullish on. Steel is good. Materials are good. I love materials right now. You guys know this. Really great trend line. I just noticed that instantaneously here on the 1 hour, and it's going to open up above this. I think you've been in this one for a little bit. Is that correct? Look, 8 hour looks good. Support base at 16 was phenomenal. 2480 resistance. So we would want to go a horizontal there. And you'll notice that you've got a great trend line that you can extrapolate out now. So you can basically take that to infinity and beyond, because it's still holding through. You've now got a closure above potential with this pre-market movement here, and things are looking pretty good in the steel world. In fact, I should do some more analysis on steel, because I'm pretty bullish steel, and you can see how high up some of these have been. So say like in Australia, we have BlueScope. So BlueScope Steel Limited. So you look at this one and you can see where it's been and where it's coming from. And you can actually look at the slight recovery that happens, and then just the domination by Chinese steel here that just rocked the company hard. But it was so high at one point, some of these steel companies. So X looks pretty good. We'll go back over to it. I think it's about to get that breakout that you want. Let's go to the monthly. Nice closure above. So that was already a very bullish sign. When it got above this pin bar rejection, that was already a very bullish sign. And I like that a lot in the market when you see that type of thing. So monthly, never discount the monthly. Really, really great to see that. Go to the weekly again. We got our trend line. I'm just looking for a closure above 25, above this 2480 area. Once that occurs, then you should be looking at 26. And then, of course, hopefully a new high past that. Keep the trend line on. Things are looking good. Thank you, Eka Aurora, for the super chat. Dav G, super chat, $10 Australian. Thank you so much, Dav G. $10. Appreciate it. Keen for your views on SDF on the ASX. Thanks. Let's have a look at SDF. SDF on the ASX, Steadfast Group Limited, up 0.24. Let's have a look at the weekly. Okay. Tom is the material guy, says Dr. Horton. Yeah, at the moment, I like it. Breakout occurred. So that's good news. Weekly breakout occurred. I'm sure you're aware of that. This has been a pretty large movement up. I'm just getting the market capitalization size. So you can see here, probably just $3.61 billion, which is pretty large in Australian companies. That breakout definitely did occur. Let's go. Just have a quick look at the monthly here. All right. 1 day. Reset it. I like the price action. How do you figure out where it's going though? You can really just use psychological numbers. So we know it stopped at 410. It hit 4, sold off, went to 410. Strange, but okay. 360. So it went 10 cents above randomly above the 350. Again, just before around 410 was the resistance over here. 388. How did it stop at 3? 310. How strange. So I guess 510 would be the level. Each one of these instruments trades a little bit differently. And I think this one, from what I'm looking at, 510 would be your target in terms of strong breakout. You also want to use fib extensions. So you want to get a fib retracement tool. You want to extend it out and have a look at where the extensions line up with. So does an extension line up kind of around there? 3618 does. Probably not that accurate here. I'd just be targeting the 450 at this point, and probably based on this 10-cent thing, the 460. So the 460 and then a breakout past the 460 would be like a 510. This is looking strong, and it was very important for it to close and find this bullish rejections off the 410 level. Great, strong buy zone though. If it falls back under there, things aren't looking so good. It should just continuously grind higher now. Good luck, and it's not a bad stock. I love to see it above the 410. You can see it was really doing great as well, coming into what was, of course, the pandemic, and then it's bought all of that back, and now it's ready to reach for the moon, some would say. AJ3 coming in with the $3.99 super chat. Thank you so much, AJ3. Good morning, Tom. Thoughts on coin? I haven't looked at coin in a few days. Let's have a look at coin before we go over the pre-market. Coin 294, 290. So suffering a little bit here. Thoughts on this beast? Some would say it is. 290. Let's have a quick look at if the old Kathy Wood, not that anyone's following her anymore, it seems. She's still buying it up, I wonder. So April 30th, May. So she hasn't purchased any more coin. She's done with coin. She's purchasing skills though. And we'll go over our earnings in just a few moments. So she's purchasing skills there. Little percentage gain in that one. She's also purchased more Twitter on that pullback that occurred through the last couple of days. So that's interesting. Go back over to our charts. My thoughts here is I kind of feel like it'll grind towards that 250. So everyone knows that coin was meant to list around 250. Now it came in way higher. It came in 400 plus. Of course, that was glorious for people that were in it. Anyone that bought up here, I honestly think you were just chasing kind of the dream of something because the valuation was too high. So let's say it does come on back down and keep grinding lower. Let's say BTC continues to kind of hover around this point and some of the luster comes out of this stock. I could feel it going like a 260 to 250 area and then finding buying pressure. And you'll notice that the 300, we have to look and understand the 300. Let's go down to the 1 hour. So the 300, right around this zone, it didn't really respect it properly. See how it kind of went underneath? See that? Just went 290. Like, why 290? So it's on support at this stage, but if it does get through this 290, I could see it going underneath the 282 and actually going down to the 260, 250. And that's where I believe more people will come in and start supporting the level. And I do also believe that Bitcoin's going to have a second run on it. So when all this altcoin stuff's done, just like last time, the Ethereum goes into the other majors that goes into, of course, the altcoins, and then it comes back around to Bitcoin. I'll show you a chart right now that's going to prove this concept to you. Not that one, this one here. So this is our altcoin seasons. Look how extremely bullish the alts are right now. Look how extremely bullish they are in comparison to BTC. So what's going to happen is it's going to swing around again and people are going to start picking up that BTC. And when they start picking up that BTC, coin will run with that one. So coin's going to run purely with BTC and you're going to need strength out of that. So let's say it goes down to 250, 260. You start to get bullish on BTC. You start to feel like that next run's coming for it, where it smashes past 60, 65, 70, etc. Then that's the stock that if you're going to own in the market, you might as well look at that one for sure. Cool. Thank you so much for the donation. Hopefully that does help you out. Let's now have a look before we go to the other super chats at what's going on in the bloodbath morning. I'm going to bring it on. Oh my God, another down day for Teladoc. Oh, Teladoc was bad yesterday. It was bad. I actually was looking at it. I was like, yeah, I wouldn't be picking the bottom on that one right now. Tesla 173 down in the pre-market here. We've got Teladoc down again. Roku Square down because of the BTC price. 240 right on support. You got Snowflake, Twilio. All the hyper stonks are down. And really, what's up in green? Not much. Not much. We've got ResMed, Lockheed, Regeneron. There is not much green in the 499 big cap stocks. Let's have a look round at the crazy stocks. What's going on in the crazy stocks? It looks like another sea of red. Check this one out, guys. We've got Oxygen down 10, was up heavily yesterday. So Media Corp. Oh, it's bad. The only thing up is somehow Sundial. All right, we'll go through all of these soon, though. What's GME doing? Where's my GME? 161. So that's really in the middle of nowhere land, is GME. Michael coming in with 500 yen. Thank you so much, Michael. Hey, Tom, could you have a look at PG? What's your price target around August? Asking for a friend. All right, thank you so much, Michael. Welcome to the 1,273 viewers. Thank you guys for joining us. We'll go about 1 hour and 3 minutes off till the stock market open. We'll be going through, of course, what's going on in this Nasdaq right now, whether we expect it to drop more, what are some of the stocks that we're looking at for the month of May into June, and what type of sectors are we looking at as well. We'll be doing all of that. Let me just quickly scroll through here. You had a question about PG. I want to bring up, where is it? Why have I lost it? Must be over here. There we go. Okay. There we go. We got onto it at the end. Here is the most anticipated earnings this week. So, of course, we've got Pfizer in the morning here. We've got Skills after the close. We just saw Kathy Wood bought a bit of that. So let's check out the charts on Skills. Would you guys like that? I also might have a quick look at Activision Blizzard because I think it's going to be on a support here today ahead of earnings. That's just my own interest. And then we've got PayPal, Etsy, Twilio, Uber, if you like Uber. I don't like Uber as a company. I don't care. But Square, Roku, Peloton, and Cloudflare. And then, of course, all the rest. Even Datadog's down there. An interesting company that I've followed for some while. So there's some good earnings this week. And they're all going to be sitting on supports, it looks like, coming into the earnings. So if you believe that your company is going to knock it out of the lights, maybe picking up supports is going to be okay. Even in a negative market, earnings trumps all. If they smash it, then they're still going to go up over that period. So Michael wants us to do PG. Let's have a look at Procter & Gamble. And says, what's your price target for something like this? And it's for August. Okay. Sounds like an option. So Procter and Gamble have had some problems with their Do they have vaccines, or was it Johnson & Johnson? No, it wasn't Procter. So Procter had the 125 kind of support resistance area. This was pretty clean. We also had that monthly 20, which is something that I'm now following on Procter and PG. I'm basically following the monthly 20 as pickup zones. Good, strong, bullish momentum coming out there. Let's go down to the weekly. Do it together. Nice bullish hammer. Pre is down. So 134.65 brings us to around here. Where is it? 65, just around here. I think new peak, that will be the sequence. That'll be trough, peak, higher trough, higher peak, which means for us as traders, bullish momentum, which is very, very good. And most likely will snap off the previous high. Now, because this is an old stock and we know that it's going to trade within some realms of not madness like hyperstocks do, it's worth $330 billion right now. I don't think that you would be looking at it going that much higher than like a 160 by August. But I am very bullish on the market coming into the back end of the year. I would say though, if you're going to get out, August is generally the month to do so, and September is usually a very bad month in the markets. There's very few years where September is not bad in the US market. So if you're thinking about August, 150, 160, I think 160 is quite possible, and it's all really about getting this new higher peak. So good luck on PG. Silverliner says, Euro is up, Tom. Uranium is off to the moon. Yeah, uranium's going well. You guys have been on that one. You've been loving the uranium stocks. Fair enough, too. Some of them were fairly well priced. Petros, big name here. Time Pakinakis. Oh, my God. You got a hard name, dude. Does anyone say that right? Thank you so much, though. $5.49. Thoughts on Volkswagen VOW? Is it ready for another run? So Volkswagen went mental. I was not on for this run. And it went crazy off that idea of getting Tesla cars and doing well. Is it back to a support yet? Oh, I don't think just yet. It's right around though. Right around. So the way I always look at it is I want it to come back to the weekly 20. And why do I want that? Because generally a market will retrace back to somewhere, the mean reversion average. So it'll usually come back to the 20. That's kind of what I feel like it should do. Let's have a look at a fib retracement off the entire bull run that came through here. Yeah, I think it'll meet it somewhere in this zone. So you guys know I love picking up stocks in the 38.2 to 50 fib pullback area. Right in here. This is the sandwich zone that we target. And why do we target the sandwich zone? Because it's the most logical. It also keeps the strong psychology. So when a market comes back too much, everyone gets bearish and scared of it. But when a market comes back to a 38.2, which is effectively a 38.2% discount, we love that. We love 38% discounts on the stock. We're still bullish. We even love 50% off. But since when do you go and you see a 61% off sale, like a 61.8, the fib, the golden fib? When have you ever gone to a shop and it's gone 61% off and you thought, wow, what a bargain? What do I think? Scam. Nasty scam. That's what I'm thinking. How overpriced are these mattresses, which always have 60% off, right? Am I right, guys? Nasty scamming mattress companies. Every day, 60% off. Couches, 60% off. 80% off sometimes. That means it's a scam. And therefore, you don't want to get involved in that usually. So I like that kind of nice 38 to 50% off. And it makes psychological sense. It's actually something we have in our course. We have in our technical analysis masterclass. We talk about why the golden ratio is not as golden as you think. And it all comes down to human psychology. It was hard last year to get a client to go in the market. They didn't want to. They were scared. In March, very scared. In April, still scared. In May, pretty scared. How are they feeling now? They'd be very bullish. That's the kind of thing. They're very bullish all of a sudden. They've been bullish now for about 5-6 months. So it's really about that psychology that I break this down with. And I don't think it's over from the decline yet. Car companies are a tough one. They just don't make enough money. So thank you so much for the donation, but it's tough for me to say much more than that. Just quick look around the markets. We've got BTC still holding up. We've of course got Doge going out of control. I'll just put Doge on the side here for a second so you guys can watch that in its psycho form. Let's go to a 1 minute chart. There you go. There's your 1 minute chart just while we're doing analysis here on the right hand side, because I know a few people are probably watching the Doge and it is going crazy. So thank you for that, Petros. Knock Knock coming in with the super chat, $2.99. Sorry to ask again, what are your thoughts on DPW long at 210? Let's have a look at DPW. Obviously, this is educational concepts here. Is this the one you want? DPW. I'm not sure which code you want there, Knock Knock. Air freight couriers? Or something else? Because I don't know what you want, I'll see if I can pick that up and I'll come back to it. Triple T Rock super chat of $5. Good morning, Tom. Good morning, Triple T. Beer emoji. Can you check out RSR? Thank you for all you do, and feel free to use this $5 in the new MTG jewelry they just announced. Laughing face. I will not buy anything that Hasbro brings out anymore. Nasty creatures they are. And they've ruined everything about MTG. But that's okay. You just buy. I'll go buy some old school limited stuff on the reserved list. That's what you want to do with that $5. Let's play it smart, not play it dumb. RSR. Let's have a look at RSR versus Tether. Check this out. Doge now falling. In fact, I'm going to have to go over to a single screen. It's too hard for me to do that. RSR. Go to a daily. Okay. So go to the weekly here for this one. So relatively new coin. Came out kind of last year. At least what I'm seeing here. But there may be more history before it came onto this broker in Binance. The way I see it is, yes, it's consolidating. Go to the daily. A lot of the alts are after their last initial moves. Just trying to get an idea of where the resistance is here exactly for this. Because it broke out here. Then it broke out. I guess you've just got to go with a 1. Like a 0.99, yeah. The way I'd look at this one is you've got your trough. You've kind of got your peak here. I know you had a peak already and a lower trough and it kind of broke out. So I'd be looking for a snap of this. Get an 8-hour close above this area and then you'll probably make a new all-time high. I don't think these levels will actually hold you back. I think you're going to go past 0.12, especially once you pass this zone here. This seems to me the real area that you want to break out. Great consolidation. I would almost take the distance between these lows like a channel. So I'd almost take the distance between these lows, bring it through, and then extrapolate it out. And that will bring us to the 0.13. And I think at that point, 0.14. Because these cryptos, they don't stop at 0.13. They stop at the 0.2s every time the 0.2s. That's the way to go. Yeah, I think RSR, that's the way I'd be looking at it. I want to see it above this area, and then that will really get you that participation phase. A lot of these alts just kind of hanging around. Thank you, Triple T Rocks, and interesting to hear about what they're doing to MTG. Marcus Horn, super chat of $5. Tomcar Truck. Okay. Could you do Crocs for me? Is this hyperextension a warning sign? Also, please draw a fence under square for me, mate. You rock. All right, I'll put square. I'll put a square fence, but you're not going to like where I put the square fence. Am I going to put the square fence here? Or am I going to put it here? The only way you can put the fence is I'm going to put the fence down here. That's where I put the fence. Right here into earnings. Who knows? Did they knock it out of the ballpark this quarter? Has the BTC transactions blown up? Is the market loving it or not? Otherwise, of course, yes, you need Square to hold at all points here. Look, I like Square over the longer term, so I'm not too concerned. I just see it as opportunity, but that's where you want the fence, but the real fence is, it's under here. $200 is where the real big cap buyers are, and this is just the smaller cats that are willing to take the gamble on Jack Dorsey and his earnings. The question you had here was, could we do Crocs? Wow, beautiful, crazy. How the hell is this footwear going so well? Wow, and it happened once before too. Everyone buying ugly shoes and wearing them at home. I think I have a Croc. It's not in this room, but I do have Crocs. So I supported you at one point. $100. I feel like I'd be like, no deal. No peso. Is this a warning sign? Yeah, that movement to 100 is so extreme. Obviously, sugar rushed through consumer spending. That looks like a sugar rush earnings to me. Congratulations, but it hits right on 100. First time ever for the stock. Is that right? First time ever? Yeah, first time ever. Yeah, for me, that's the end. That's the end. And you'll hyperextend it off. And look, it'll just come back down. It'll probably hit 85 again. But I don't feel very comfortable about that unless it starts coiling and then moves on to the next level. That's where a lot of people will be taking profit at $100. Why wouldn't they? And the strength was huge. Good luck, Marcus Horn, and thank you for the super chat. K Kennedy super chat at $5. Skills near support, headed for earnings. I'm interested in this one. Thanks so much, K Kennedy, for the report. I'm sure the community is interested. All 1,407 viewers out there. Hello, guys. Welcome to Tuesday Market Open, where it looks like things aren't happening, but there's a lot of stuff going on in the markets. 1633 is this support. So Skills is getting beaten. We had that strong resistance at 24, which we knew was... That still remains a great point to have on our charts in the future if this thing's going to hold up. Is it on support? Oh, I guess you're saying like there was some buy pressure here, there was some buy pressure here. It's make or break for it. Anyone know how good this company is? In terms of how good is Skills? Guys in the chat that have used it, that have, I guess, done stuff with the product. What are you guys' opinions on it? Do you like it or not? I always find the chat's really good to go to. That's what the best thing about our community. By the way, if you're not in the public Discord, guys, click !Discord in the chat. That'll give you a link to our Discord. Get in, it's free. Where are you? You got to come in right now. Silver, please, says Michael H. We'll do silver, don't worry. We'll do Tesla as well. We'll do gold. They're all coming very, very soon. So if you've used Skills and you like this thing, let me know. Data processing technology services. Here are the resistances. The trend line that punished us all. Is it at support? Yes. Is it the strongest support? Well, that's where it's probably going to go if the earnings goes poorly. So if the earnings goes poorly, you could be looking at it back down to the $12.33, which puts it in line with all this price over here. I don't know if I could gamble on that process. I kind of like being part of the participation phase. So the participation phase is like when the market goes back through here, gets through our trend line that's been selling off, and then when you hit that 20 plus, then you can take it to the 24. I like that quick, sharp, bang, 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 day trader kind of concept. I don't really like kind of trying to pick the bottom here. I feel like you can get a lot of cheese. You know, the Wolf of Wall Street even says this because he used to trade this way as well when he was doing all this stuff. And what people have activated the Discord community bot. Yeah, the way he really did it was he basically created this concept of he would take the 2/3. So he wouldn't get in straight away, but when he saw the participation or he ramped that participation up, just like any good trader does, they then get involved and they get out. And they're only going to get 2/3 of the move, but that's enough cheese for them. So Skills, I'm looking at that trend line, and that's what I want broken after the earnings, ideally. JT super chat at $4.99. Thoughts on Vax Art, the COVID pill vaccine? Vax Art. Let's have a look at the... Oh. So broke out and then it sold straight off. And in January, it went nuts into Feb as well. This is the COVID pill vaccine. Does it actually work? I don't know much about it. And I think this is less about technicals, and it's a biotech company, it's a healthcare company. It's all got to do with whether it actually works and how good is it? How effective is it? This is your zone that you expect it to come down based on its sell-off. But as you said, and as you're seeing right now, 950 in the pre-market. Earnings was yesterday. So it's just bouncing off that earnings report. Get the knives in the chat. We need knives right now, guys. Earnings report came out. I'm going to do a quick percentage up here. Oh yeah, we need the knives. I probably wouldn't go on this type of thing. And the way that I think about it is if something drops over 25% in a day, statistically, it is not likely to come back. Now, there are some against that. So biotech generally can come back. Technology can come back. But if this was like an oil stock or it was just a standard kind of boomer company, they don't come back very fast. They have that initial kind of spike up and then they make a new low and degrade to their fair price. Because why did it go down this much? Have a look at the report. That's all you can do. It is a falling knife with a spike in it this morning that looks glorious. I mean, look, 18%. You're probably excited. You're like, damn, 18% is good. But is it worth risk-adjusted returns here? I could see it very easily going down to a 750. Good luck, K. Kennedy. Sorry to tell you, that's all I got. JT, $4.99. Thoughts on... Oh, that's JT. Sorry, JT. K. Kennedy had skills. Adam Sesford, $2. Safe Moon real? Saw ad in Times Square. Fake. I love that. I love the English there. It's good. Safe Moon real. The problem I have with Safe Moon is they force you to lock it up. And then if you want to take money out, and I may be wrong, but as far as I understand it, if you want to take money out of Safe Moon, then they kind of charge you to get rid of it. I don't like that. That's not a free market as far as I'm concerned. It creates hodling mentality, which therefore creates Ponzi style. I could be wrong, but I don't like that concept. Hayden Camp super chatted Canadian $5. Could you have a look at Ultra Token UOS crypto, please? UOS. By the way, knock knock. If I miss your stuff, just message me in Discord and I'll have a look at it for you. Okay, after this, just message me in Discord. I know you've got my Discord. Ooh, nice, dude. You're finding one right on the resistance. Let's have a look here as a community. Nice. What a return, hey? 124%, but it's at the tippity top. UOS. Very strong resistance. Daily triple resistance peak, and it's coming to test it right now. There's no doubt in my mind that you found a correct level. And if this level does break through 0.67, that is, the strength could be there. The momentum could be there to put this into the dollar. Let's have a look at UOS on CoinMarketCap. Okay, how big is it? Yeah, so still quite small. Fully diluted is big. So fully diluted means when all the supply's out, 687. So it's at $200 million market cap. So it can do really anything. I mean, 287 in the token list. This thing could go ballistic. But yeah, dollar or just underneath a dollar would be the next target once it breaks through there. And it is doing the right type of stuff. I mean, it's found resistance, and testing it. Good luck on this one. But yeah, the way it would work is break through and then probably quite an aggressive move similar to last time. Jump into the moving averages and have a look at which one it went on. Let's have a look at the 2 hour. So last time when it was having an aggressive run, 2 hour 50 were the deeper pullbacks. So I would use the same kind of mentality again if it was running this time around. Good luck. 1,499 viewers joining us here. We will talk about what's going on the Nasdaq very soon. We've got a couple more super chats to complete here. And then we've got our hype intro music. We are 41 minutes away from the market open. So not long, just yet. Hayden, we've done you. Adam Sesford, $5. Understand. This must be in response to something I said before. How about FAMI? Let's have a look at FAMI. Another one that's dumped off pretty heavily. Oh, this is the one that we looked at yesterday, and it had that little bounce in it. And it dropped heaps. This is the food retail company. Yeah, I remember we talked about this one yesterday. Look, this is the mega support, 0.32. It dropped huge. I mean, it went from $1 down to 70 cents. It's at 50 now, which I think is the psychological level that it was always going to bounce to. So if it was going to bounce, 50 is correct. And then we see further degradation down to maybe a 40 or a 31. I don't really feel that good about this. Long leg doji here on the daily. Break high, close above 60. Yes, that's going to push it. And it might move back up to the 80 cents where it's going to find previous supports as resistance. But I think it probably breaks underneath this low here on the long leg doji and continues back to test down here. And this will be a good proof to you as well to show you what happens when a falling knife occurs, a big dump occurs, and that initial recovery, what looks like recovery, the market doesn't often get it wrong. It just traps you all into thinking this is a bargain. What you want to do in life is this. A company that has strong growth like this, on the pullback back to the resistance, you will buy this. What you don't want to do in life is go for deep value, generally. Because deep value punishes you. And you will make a mistake in deep value, like I have several times throughout my trading career buying crap deep value. I've learned some serious lessons that I'll talk to you guys about on the stream. So make sure you subscribe because I've got some story times I want to tell you guys about. Some brutal ones that taught me a lot about how to trade the markets. But Adam Sesford, yeah, I'm not a big fan of this one. Ian Lim, $2. Cartesi, CTSI, US dollar tether, please. All right, let's do this one. CTSI. Okay. Another great breakout occurring here. Let's see if it's already happened. Oh, I think it's already happened, dude, which is great. Dailies. Let's have a look at the 8 hour. 8 hours the best in crypto. Oh. Yep. And it's new close. Not bad, this one. CTSI. How big is it? Cartesi. It's cool. Cartesi. I mean, I don't believe in half these coins, like long term, but obviously we're talking about trading them. Cartesi sounds cool. It's got an image of, I'm going to call it ninja stars. I know it's not, but we'll go with ninja stars. 0.772, another one that's going to the magical dollar realm. Do I like Cartesi? Hey, you're starting to win me over with your structuring here that's gone on. Didn't come back as much as you'd think. I mean, that's a big percentage. Some people would say, Tom, it went back 40%. Sure, it did, but a lot of these alts were going back a lot. Massive ramp. Stopped just before 50 for some unknown reason. Went to 89, so it's gone a lot higher. 77 currently with the breakout. 8 hour, 20, 20, 20. So it's had 3 touches. Okay. What do you guys reckon about the Cartesi? I've never seen it in my life, but I think the structure is there. Let's break this out. Wow. What's that? Not a huge gain. Cool. I'll put that over there. I'll have a look at it later. Cartesi is, I think, broken out on the smaller time frames, being the 8 hour. And that's pretty important, Ian Lim, so good luck. And it looks all right and from a technical perspective. Let's now go over the markets. Let's have a look what's happening here in the pre. 10% down Oxygen. 5.77% down in Zomedia. Molecular, Riot, all is red. It's a red serpent today. Let's go over to the actual pre-market though itself. Okay. Fleet Core, Ferrari, ASML, SAP. Oh, Teladoc down 1.6. Semiconductors down. Could we be starting to see some value come in for investment purposes if anyone's got any cash left? We'll go through the Nasdaq in just a minute to find that out. But yeah, look, there's not much green. There's not much green. We'll do Tesla. We'll do the others. I noticed there's a super chat coming up. We'll do Matthew's first just to make sure the crowd's happy. Matthew Tainch, Australian $10. Thank you so much, Matthew. Gold and silver. Thank you, Tom. All right, let's do gold and silver. So we'll do gold first, 1788. We've been pretty bullish here on the channel on gold for pretty much since over here. We're getting a bit more bullish on it here. So we're ahead of the curve there. The pullback happened, the conservative pullback, hit our moving averages, the 20 and the 50. Great bullish pressure here yesterday from gold and from silver, and it didn't quite close above up here on this zone. So we'll go down to the 8 hour, one of our favorite time zones, and 1 hour to go here for what could be a bullish hammer. And I'm keen on the bullish hammer if it closes. So I want to see a closer like this. We'll fill it in, we'll predict the future. So we've got 20 moving average, pin bar, let's call it, hammer, a little bit of follow on, and that should precursor a smashing of the 1800 level because everything kind of makes sense. We've got a double bottom that pinpoints 1825 for gold. We've got our pullback to the conservative level, which is now being met by bullish pressure. We've got a breakout on silver occurring here, and we've still got weakness. Well, not so much weakness in the dollar, but we've got hovering in the dollar index. So if gold can close a nice strong candle here and then have a little bit of momentum follow on, I think it could go quite strong. And we're of course looking for the 1797 to be snapped. Once that happens, I'm still thinking 1825. Why is that? Because there's so much random wick support through 1820, 1825. So things are looking all right in gold. Let's go over to silver. The silver squeeze. Is it occurring? How many of you guys are stacking bars? I saw a lot of picture of people with their stacked bars. I'm not sure if I'd post a picture of my stacked bars. I'll probably have a few bars here. But imagine if you showed someone like $500,000 US worth of silver. They might kind of try to rob your house or something. I don't know about that. You wouldn't want any identifiable documents, that's for sure. This is looking great. Silver is breaking out here. We got that closure on the 8 hour above. We'll go to the daily. Daily closure above all the resistance at 26.50. This now signals a $28 move, you would think. And we were again ahead of it a little bit here. We're talking about silver last week, talking about as a community what silver could do for us. And what it could do for us is get hectic. Let's get hectic. We want to go 28. And then once we get through 28, we want to go towards the 30. Be careful on silver as always. It's a manipulated metal, but it's a very strong setup with a nice little pullback that was met by bullish pressure here today. And I'd love to see another green day with a new high. It all looks good. Inverse, head and shoulders, distance, everything's pinpointing towards up here. But of course, needs to contend with the 28 first. Every 50 cents matters in silver. Thank you to the 1,569 viewers here. Have we got to 500 likes yet? Guys, if you're not liking the stream, please do so. It does support us. It does help us out. Let's quickly go over here. We'll see whether we're ready for the new hype music that we've got set up from it all. Probably we do have enough likes. Oh, we're not there. Only 396 likes. Come on, guys. Let's get us there. I'll do the super chats in just a few moments. Also, I'll chuck a Discord community link out there so that we have that ready. I'll load it up in preparation. I know you guys can get us to 500 likes. Let's just quickly go over the Nasdaq because that's the one that everyone's worried about, and rightfully so. We'll go to the 2 hour chart. This is the support that's being broken through at this stage, this 13,725. If the market actually opens, and I preface the real market, not the crappy futures market, because the futures don't mean nothing. It's all about the real market volume. We want to get underneath here A closure underneath here will signal further selling in the market. I think we could go back down to the 13.3, 13.4 zone, because this is effectively a large channel here on the market. Sell in May and run away might be a real thing at this stage. Thank you for getting us to 500 likes. Let's do it. We'll play the intro, quickly skip it over here to 30 seconds, and then we'll keep going. What's up with Doge? Elon Musk. Thank you, Sir Doge, a lot. I noticed also, Sir Doge, a lot, you've got a picture of a Tesla signal, and then your name is Doge. You really love Elon, man. All right, let's do it, guys. That's Doge right now. Wow, wow, wow. It always makes me happy. And I hear it more than all of you guys hear it, but it always makes me happy. Let's move over back to the super chats to get caught up here. I know, Antonio, you've been so very, very patient. Antonio Cervantes, $5. Good morning. Do you see the TQQQ reaching 106.50 today? TQQQ. This is the ProShares Trust Ultra Pro QQQ action. Okay, so it's probably... I can't remember if the TQQQ is just a standard or if it's like leveraged. Just looks standard. Anyway, the point is it's just the NAS. So yeah, I mean, basically you're asking, do you see it going 106.50 today? Oh, well, I mean, 106.50... I don't know why you exactly need that. Maybe it's some options thing. It's kind of a strange zone. I mean, right now we're underneath. So if it closes underneath here, no, I don't. I mean, that's just the way I look at it. We don't see at this point, if it closes underneath here, strength. I mean, that's signaling weakness for the QQQ back down to around that kind of 98 zone. If you bounce this morning, because remember the futures aren't the real market. So if the real market comes in stronger and you see bouncing at this point here, then that could mean you get 106.50. So really the first hour is going to mean a lot to you. Check the first hour, see where the hold happens. If the hold happens at 104.50, you could be like, thank God, it's looking better for my 106.50. And if it does close underneath the 104.50, you might be a little bit sad. Unfortunately, that's kind of the reality there, Antonio, of what I'm looking at. Knock knock, $2.99. Smash that like button. Aussie, Aussie, Aussie. Oi, oi, oi. Thank you very much, knock knock. Appreciate that, man. Today you spelled Aussie correct. I like that. Navdeep Singh, $2.99. No message, but a lot of support. Thank you so much, Navdeep. Appreciate it, sir. And Coochie Boochie, $4.99. Airbnb. All right, we'll scroll down to Airbnb. Airbnb 165 on the open, back down to its March kind of lows. So there is an earnings report 13th of May. Is Airbnb going to be negative or positive over this period? I still think it's going to have a decent time of it, but it's all going to come down to Google Trends. So let me see if I can get the Google Trends up for you. Google Trends. Just bringing it up so the rest of the community can see something that I do think pays off. It's like, basically it's a thought process like social arb. So what you want to do is you want to look at Airbnb searches and then you want to see whether it's spiking or not. So here is kind of where Airbnb is. Now this is for Australia, so we don't need that. So we want to go to America, United States. That's the most important market here. So it's about a 16. And of course, it's spiked. I don't want to search that. Don't want to actually search the code. There we go. So there's the past 12 months. So June was the highest point and May was around here. Now we're at May and we're at a 75 spike. And that's pretty important when you're talking about investing versus TA. So if you're just doing TA and you're not investing and you're looking for supports and you're looking for swing trades, etc., you wouldn't want to do this. You don't have to do this as much. But when you're talking about trying to find some hidden value, you want to see whether this thing's spiking. So I would recommend things like Google Trends is a good way of getting a bit of an idea of something improving. And it always in America is strongest around the summertime. So you'll notice this area here is where the peak is. We're already above where we should be. So May is 77 or about the same. So it looks like demand is around the same as last time. So it's not really doing as much as it should have been. So here we were 88 in March. I was hoping that we would actually be hitting all-time peaks by this point. So it's been a relatively disappointing kind of search for Airbnb recently. When you look at the charts, it's all about this 165, which it's hitting today. So if it's going to bounce, it needs to bounce right here. I want to see bounce off 165, and then we can get that return back to the 180. And once we get past 180 again, then it's all good, all green. But earnings, remember, 13th of May, that's going to be the scary point here for Airbnb on a relatively new list. IPOs are never easy to buy. But yeah, that's the kind of way I'm looking at it. I've got it trapped like this for me, and 165 is the support. If you've got, I guess, a lot of strength in you, then that's the area that you want to be looking at. I like to go kind of like this. Look for the lightning bolt on the smaller time frame, get involved, and be very, very cautious around this trend line that's declining here. All right, looks like we've all caught up. We're at 24 minutes away from the market open, so there's not much time left. Let's now go through some of the things that I'm looking at in the markets, some of the things that I guess the chat is looking at in the markets as well, and we'll answer a few of these questions. What people want. What do you guys want? Just chuck some stuff in the rooms. Let's have a look. We've got Doge here, 52 cents. This has been requested. Hit 55. Sold off. Makes sense. Every 5 cents is going to be a win-loss for Doge. So it hits 55, sells off. Profit taking occurring ahead of this Saturday and Elon Musk really pumping this thing up. Then we've got 0.6. And I think this is, by the way, going to be a buy the rumor, sell the fact kind of event. What do you guys think about Doge? Is it going to continue to pump past Elon Musk's SNL and all these types of things? Or is it just a pump into that event? We're already hyperextended here. So if it continues through the week, you would have to think that it's already going to be hitting max apex. Everyone's aware that he's going on there. So I feel like it's buy the rumor, sell the fact. Could be. Support. Sam CO says, is QQQ and SPY going down? Support broken? At this point, support is broken in the futures market only, not closed. Remember, close is the key. It's not so much about breaking something. It's about closing underneath it. That's what we want to be checking out. US oil, getting a request here. Let's have a quick look at US oil. US oil looks fine. New open high over here. It's come back down to 65. We've been very bullish on oil for the last couple of weeks. It's paying off for us. And we almost got that 66. Just underneath 66. I still think we could go even new all-time highs. So our plan was this distance up here, which took us into 66.50-ish. So around there is what we're looking for still in oil. If we load over to XOM, Exxon, see how the stocks are doing better. In a bearish looking market, our good friend Exxon, the great technical that we saw as a community together, is doing great. It's moving on up. Let's get to 62. Let's get to the 62. Not that much percentage, but for one of these types of stocks, it's not bad. Johnny Knoxville says ETH over Doge and BTC over Doge. Well, I like both over Doge, sure, but when there's money to be made, some people want to buy them. Bank of Finances says Doge to the moon. So Doge a lot says, Johnny Knoxville, if you own some Doge, you'll feel better about it. True. True. Tom, can you take a look at the put to call ratio, PCC? Yeah, I can do that. I'll load up here and have a look at some of the others. So PCC trading at 0.761. Whenever you look at the PCC, make it a line chart. So notice how there was a lot of puts put in and then it dumps straight back down the next day. It's trapping. So if we kind of see this action, I'll show you on the SP 500. So today, what I would expect is, let's say we open up here and we go down some more and we go like 41.20. You'd expect a rally. That rally would then create a whole bunch of calls and everyone would start buying in here. That'd be buy, 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 buy. Now, if you then bust below 41.20, you know it's real because they just trapped all the retail traders and they're getting ready to correct it for May, which could push you back down to a 4,000, 39.50, etc., etc. So this is what happens. It's that 2 steps down, 1 step back that occurs in the markets. Time and time again, we see that kind of thing occurring, and that is what happens with the PCC. The PCC will spike and it will look like a huge amount of puts are opened, and then Wall Street will allow the market to go back up. They'll allow those calls to get open and they'll trap all the retail traders. They did it here. Remember, we were watching the PCC as a community over here, and there were those steps down and steps up. Look at this particularly one. This one was huge. Massive rally met by instant sell-off demand, met by instant rally, met by massive sell-off, which crushed all the weekly options. And a lot of people lost money. Right around when those stimulus checks came out. It was literally stimulus theft. That's what the market was doing. It was taking theft from everyone. This time round, it'll be 41.20 that is the key pinnacle area though for the S&P. That's the zone that we're looking at. Dr. Lily T. Max has made 10K off Doge, sold most of it, and are just watching for the fun. That's awesome. Bank of Finances says FX Evolution morning from Peru. Oh, good morning. I've never been to Peru. Hopefully it's pretty cool. A few people want Dash US dollar, VE chain. That's not bad. And Tesla coming in here from ACK. All right, for you and Harry ACK, we'll do this one right now. Yes, Tesla, very tough to read. Now, a few people have been saying, oh, it's easy to read, Tom. I don't know how you're reading it that easily. The last couple of days, when you have a market that goes down, instantly rallies above 700, then sells all the way back off to the 666. That's not an easy to read market. That's just kind of like very uncertain about what it wants to do next. So I feel like Tesla has no idea on its real direction, but we maintain the same key level of support, which is that 666, and we're very close to it today on open. 674, if it breaks under here, got bad news, it's going down. And where does it go down to? I still feel like 600, but we did a bit of a community discussion the other day about it, and we had 625 winning out as the next area for it to go to. So 625 is what most people think. I kind of feel like the 600 could be in order here for Tesla, and there's going to be big supply, big kind of demand there. So yeah, you've got the 666 right here, which has to act as support. And if it gets underneath there, I feel like it could go to the 600. Madeline Leo says TDOC and PLTR, please. They seem to have broken support. TDOC certainly has broken support. Completely busted through it yesterday. Looks quite bearish now. If you think about it, it was coming bearish into earnings. Earnings did not present well, and it's down 1.62 in the pre-market here. 150 is the next area for TDOC. Unfortunately, very unlikely it doesn't try to go down there now. So I think TDOC to 150, then this is the area where I hope it forms base, and then it can start to move up with the longer term investment options or idea. PLTR, Palantir, this one is not breaking support just yet. So our major support here is around $21-ish. That's where we've always been met by buying demand, buying pressure, right there on the 21. So Palantir is weak, but it hasn't busted through. Thoughts on Doge was here from somebody else. JCI5M3 says dump during or after SNL. I don't think I'd wait till after. It just seems like one of those events where it's moving. Crypto doesn't wait for anyone. So because it's already up 20% and it's going into this SNL and you've got those big whales, why would everyone that's already in crypto is getting into crypto, or they're putting more of their money into it? And this is the interesting phenomenon that's going on right now. And I want to know if the community is doing this. So I was talking to a few people today, and right now they might have 1 to 5K in the crypto market. But you know what they're considering? They're considering putting in 10 to 20K. Now that's more than they would ever be considering putting into most markets. For them, it's quite a lot of money. Now, if you had 10 to 20K, so 1 to 5K, and now they're thinking of putting in 10 to 20K. Most people are aware of the crypto market already that are going to be into it. There's still new people coming in. So you've got the new people, which is, I'll call it like a little circle. You've got the big players. They're already fully in. So they're really, I think, they're not very interesting circle. But you know what's actually happening here? You've got existing people, and this is actually where the biggest growth curve is occurring in the markets right now. More money from outside, the fiat and the stocks, is going into crypto, and this is still growing. So this circle is still getting bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. Is this something that you guys are doing? Tell me now, are you one of those ones that's just suddenly started dumping more money into the crypto market? Triple T Rock says this happened around the Super Bowl too. Buy the dip always, says Sherlock Holmes. Depends what market. You got to be careful of which market you buy the dip in. Mighty Marvin says every man and his Doge in crypto at the moment. That's right. A lot of people in this market right now, which is fine. You want to go where the money is, but you want to also understand that's happening. So here's what the community says. Triple T Rock says yes. Terry says noobs coming in. Yeah, noobs have been coming in now for 2 months though. Look at this. Oh, you guys, see? Dumping a ton. People getting all their money in. Yeah, that's probably what's happening. 15 J Stone says, I've been hitting the crypto market hard. Just went all in, says Red Steel. John says, yes, I am working 6 jobs to pay for my crypto degeneracy, says Mountain Fortress. Oh my God. That's funny, but also scary. At least you're saving it. At least you're saving it. I just started investing in January altogether, says official 13 DBS. Look at this, guys. This is so funny. It's exactly what we're thinking about. So I think it's less, there's probably a little bit of new money, but it's that existing money that's actually just expanding. It's expanding at a greater rate than I saw in 2017. In 2017, most people had between 1 and 10. Now I'm seeing 10 and 50. That's kind of like where a lot of people are sitting, and they're putting more into it than I remember. Very important fact. 12 minutes here, and that doesn't mean it's not going to dump. I still think it'll dump at a point this year, in fact. But and it will be all over. But until the next season. But yes, that's where I think the money's coming from right now. Let's quickly go back over to these super chats. We've got Marty D coming in with a $5 Canadian donation. Can you do Riot blockchain? Sure, we can. Let's have a look at Riot. 38.50 pre-market here. Yeah. Wow, it was such a bubble, wasn't it? 38.50. Go to the daily. Oh, that's not good. 20.50 cross. You need it above there under all circumstances. Of course, this is really all about Bitcoin price right now. So you need Bitcoin to fire. and you need to get above these moving averages. Once you do that, then you formed a little bit of like trough, peak, kind of like higher trough scenario. You've gotten above the moving averages. I wouldn't be bullish on this again until it gets back above this zone. So it must be above there, and then we can move to 50 and then crunch to the 60. It's not bad because you're on support and you know that you've got that 34 backing you up. You've got this 34 backing you up. But next time round, if Bitcoin went back to 46K, I believe Riot Blockchain will be under 34. I really do. It'll be under 34. So this is actually weakening. Just in all of that extra kind of value that was there is going. And that's the problem with it. So thank you so much for the donation there. But yeah, 2050 cross. I want above 44 before I'm really relatively interested in it. And at this stage, it's just all about Bitcoin. That's really all you're doing. You look at Bitcoin. What is Bitcoin price doing? And if we look at Bitcoin right now, it's straight on support on the ribbons, the 20 and the 50, and you must have it hold. And kind of you hope Doge doesn't go too crazy, because if it does, it will dump Bitcoin as well. Navdeep Singh, Super Chat $2.99. Afterpay, Zip, and MicroStrategy. Probably a little bit too many there, Navdeep. So we'll do one of them. I'll do Afterpay for you. They're all kind of similar concepts. So Afterpay is a pay service here in Australia where it's like buy now, pay later. And the main risk to this company isn't even the TA. It's actually the legislation. So I actually think there's a huge amount of legislation risk. You've got the big banks really punishing this company right now. So you've got your left shoulder, your head, your right shoulder, and you've got your very strong support here at 100. And I feel like Afterpay is coming down to the $100. And I think this is going to be where you see whether Afterpay goes bearish for quite some time or it goes bullish and manages to hold this level. And long term, I'm kind of bearish on it because of legislation here in Australia. I do understand that a fair bit, and I feel like they're going to have problems. Now, Zip's an interesting one because Zip has been doing some great advertising. So I feel like their earnings could be much better, and they're on support already. So right around here, this $7.30 area is support for this one. Went up to 14, another pay buy kind of later scenario. Got John S. super chatting $2. Tom, check out the bonds TMF. All right, TMF. Yep. The bonds are rising. Want to get above 24.60. This 50 exponential moving average on the daily. When the bond goes through there, then you know it's going to start recovering. I mean, this is just hideous how bad it's been for quite some time. Look at it. All this year, the bond market. You don't think the bond market is necessarily very risky, but it can be risky if you get the wrong price on it. There's the TMF, and let's have a look at the US 30-year. US 30-year. Declining a little bit after its monster rally into March, and then where are we going to go? I don't really think there's too much here for us, so I wouldn't focus too much on these bonds. I don't think there's too much to take out of it, and I wouldn't say this is super interesting, but if you want your support line, it's right here, $2.20. Once it gets through there, the market will start shuddering from that. So watch that section there, and when that occurs, yeah, it could be a bit of a steep fall here. It could go all the way to $2 because bonds reprice quite quickly. So John S, that's kind of what I'm looking at. Daniel Voss, super chat $5. Hi Tom, can you please check out Talcoin? I looked at that for you yesterday. Talcoin US dollar legend. Yeah, your Talcoin's doing well, man. I saw your Talcoin. I checked it out today. You know, the cool thing about Talcoin is it's not even on any networks. So you can't even trade the damn thing unless you're on very specific networks like KuCoin. So if it got other ones, it would do well. I feel like it's kind of capping out though here for you. So I noticed that it hit or just underneath the 0.02. I know you said hold for life, I believe, on this one. That was your idea yesterday. It's gone up 100% very quickly. And when a crypto goes up this much very quickly, it struggles to hold it. And you know that when last time it went up around 100%, 160 here, it consolidated. And notice what it consolidated at, just below the 0.01. So we are at the 0.02. I feel like you could be at a consolidation level. This is the way that I would be looking at it anyway. So we're 6 minutes off here, guys. Let's dial in on the markets. Let's figure out what we're doing. We'll get up our Tesla. We'll bring that over here for you, Harry, for everyone else that's looking at Tesla. 666 better hold for you today. Oop. Let's get that back on. 5 minutes. There we go. Thank you to the 1,453 viewers out there right now. If you guys haven't subscribed, what are you doing? Get on in and, of course, join our public Discord community or private Discord community by becoming a member or joining on fxevolution.com if you want to find out more about all the stuff that we offer there. And I'll chuck the link in to the room. Triple T Rock says Talcoin familiar. Truly Messiah says it's going to get screwed soon. That was me, and I'll take it to the grave. Oh, that was you, Triple T Rocks. Ah. It was you. I forgot. Sorry, sir. So, recap. US 500 is coming into support. It's actually broken support in the futures. We're going to load the SPX because this is the one I want to see how this opens and deals with the first 5 minutes. It's super important we watch this and the NAS. In fact, I'm going to overtake you guys today. I'm going to watch the NAS because I want to know exactly where this thing trades on the open and how it trades for the first 20 minutes. You guys can select what we have in the bottom left. So pick which one you want. I bought 100K Talcoin for $100. I'll ride it out. No worries, TT Rocks. But it is a good level there that it's hit. Harry says Tesla moves for Tesla to trade down to 660, absorb the buying pressure and bounce hard upward. Harry, did you see the meme that people put in the room? It's too funny, bro. I'm going to bring it up. Oh my God. Where is it? Harry, you and I are becoming a meme in the room, dude. Here we go. It's bad. It's bad. It's a bad one. Oh my God. You guys are brutal, but it's pretty funny. Keep the memes coming. I quite like this meme as well. It's a good one. Yep. Them feels about, it's like me selling BTC for 15 bucks. Thought you're smart back then, but not smart anymore, hey? Not smart anymore. Look at that ETH ratio. Really on its way. Holy moly. It's going to do it, you know. It's going to go and hit that full ratio level. It just wants it so bad. I want to watch silver. Okay, silver. What else have we got? Shop. Yeah, we should do shop. We could do that one. So we're 3 minutes over here. We've got, what do we have? Shop and end phase. Okay, we'll do shop. Shopify. After the earnings, pretty good earnings. Fell off like all these ones have. It's been stagnant now for quite some time. It's basically in hovering phase. So like this area here, like I wouldn't trade that. If you want to invest into it, okay, you're getting a discount on where you know it's been. So what is your discount? I mean, you're getting a discount of 25%. That's not bad off where it has been in the hyper euphoric phase, but there's no really strong level of support until you go to 1,000 flat, and then underneath that, you're looking at 900 flat. They're the two really strong buy zones in these dips and corrections. Other than that, it's just all mess. It's a mess, this one. Let's have a look at end phase for you. End phase energy. Right on support today. Ideally, it didn't want to break through there. It did. Oh, God. I mean, you need the 200 to hold. 130 is where I feel like it's going to. And if it doesn't hold, a lot of big gains could continue to come off this one. So it's not looking too bullish at this stage. But 130 is the key level there for end phase. So we'll load silver up here for the open. Look at it go. Little flag. Some people are calling here on the smaller time frames. Triple T Rock says, thank you, Tom. Going to work out how to get more coins. Thank you again for your work. No worries, dude. Check your Tesla, Harry. 678 in the pre, Harry. Don't worry. 678 in the pre. So the SPX is coming in here a little bit soft. So is the US 100. And I probably expect it to open right on this. There we go. We got the open there. Bang. It's through. It was faster than me talking. Let me play the bell. Congratulations, guys, for making it for Tuesday. We are open. And silver is off to a decent start. SPX does open underneath 41.75 support. And the Nasdaq, I thought the Nasdaq would open right on this peak up here. So let's see how it trades through the first 5 minutes. Scroll through everything that's going on here. We've got GME down 1.59, AMC flat as attack, Sundial, Tilray, Mara all down, MVIS down as well. And then we've got net coming into earnings, going negative before earnings, 81.49. Actually hit resistance the other day for that. Similar to Square, how Square did. Square's coming in at 239, and TDOC another abysmal day on its way to the 150 train. 159 here, TDOC. I don't know if anything stops it before 150. It doesn't look too good on the charts after that breakout past the 170 zone. AAPL down at 0.8 and Snow. We'll bring up now the general markets. Twilio 3.27. Wow. Teladoc there, some recovery coming through. Trade Desk, HubSpot, SAP, just all these tech companies down. What is up? Nothing. Nothing to note. This is all very little green, mostly a sea of red. Quickly check the hyper speculation. Or Doge is green hard, 30% according to this one. But I want to scroll down here. Where's that Peloton? Palantir. Peloton. Only 1.63. I saw one of the guys in the community. He's shorting Peloton to 60 bucks. Can't tell him any differently. Crack 27 silver. Exactly what you want, Dispor. 27 break would be really great. Every 50 cents. Silver traders. Every 50 cents is what matters, silver traders. So US 100 comes up here, tests, and starts selling off. This is looking like the beginning of a potential little bit of sell-off here in the markets. S&P 500, probably the one I'm watching. This is always the most important chart. Very rarely do we use the FANG or we use the Nasdaq. And of course, very seldomly do we use the Russell 2000. Silver now going for the 27, new high. Formed just then. You'll notice that's a new high across the peaks. Dollar index still strengthening as well, but it doesn't matter because silver's trying to squeeze. The problem is going to be for silver and gold is if the market does tank, you think that gold is a hedge versus the market, but actually if you superimpose them, they're not as hedgy as you may think here. Wow, look at that. Look at that US 100 sell. It's only a 5-minute chart, but still it is selling off here. Down another 0.54%. Massey says up 38% on silver, so I'm holding on for dear life. Well done, Massey. When did you get into it, sir? When did you get into it? The red is infectious, says Truly Messiah. It is infectious. When the red happens on a market, everything gets brutalized pretty quickly. Everything, especially hyper stocks. And they didn't even recover properly. The only one that recovered, well, actually the only two here that really recovered properly were Net and Square. TDOC was weak the whole time, and Snow was... Oh, well, Snow was an IPO. You know what I feel about IPOs. Hate them. I like them for that initial gain, and then get out. Goodbye, I'll see you in 12 months. Come back in 12 months. Let's go gold. Yes, gold stocks usually do quite well, actually. So the way to play gold is if you want to play it and you think the market's going to drop and you want to buy gold, you buy gold stocks. Because gold stocks will go up quite a lot when the market's going down because they move into that as a hedge. But the actual gold, often gold itself, will only hold up for that first 5% correction in the market. Then it falls through. Ethereum is doing well. Yeah, Ethereum is doing absolutely phenomenally. We brought up this chart before. Where was it? Here's where Ethereum is right now. So 37% of the ratio. And really, if you took ratios, and we said this, months ago that Ethereum was undervalued, it took a long time to awaken it. 4,537 is the current fair valuation. And I agree with that one actually quite a lot for BTC. So at BTC at 56K, we should see ETH at around 4.5. Look at it go. That's where I'm looking at though right now. Derek 4 with 1,000,000 zeros. Hong Kong $25. Thank you so much, man. Hi Tom. Looks like JPM, MS, and GS are pushing slightly green. And could you take a look at ASML? Sold at the peak and looking to re-enter. Thank you. Well, firstly, congratulations for selling at the peak, man. That's awesome. Glad. Andy L says X is doing great as well. Hey, what have I been saying? Materials, 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 materials. I love materials for 6 months. Then I hate them again, and I don't care about materials. But right now, it's material fest. It probably will drop in the correction here, but there's still going to be that hyper, super kind of bubble that occurs in them. That's what happened last time, and we're using that rule book, guys. I mean, you want to talk about the rule book, the thought process. Where the hell is my chart? This one here. This is too big to ignore. It's very, very easy to think this. I'm bullish into the end of the year, but I'm also, cautious about this little sell in May concept. And it just makes so much sense to me that the market would do this. And that it would play out the same rule book. And people ignoring it. Like, I'm having a hard time discussing this with people right now. They don't want to agree with me at all. They don't even want to look at this chart. And that usually tells me maybe I should be looking at this chart a little bit more. ASML, you got out of this one. Congratulations. Industrial machinery. So where are you going to get back into it? Is it going to be like a 600? It's got to be this 20 weekly, man. This 20 weekly is phenomenal. Wow. 1, 2, 3, 4. Imagine if it met you here. Perfect. I'd be looking at the 20 weekly. I think it's pretty damn good in terms of where it's been, how it's pulled back. It's given you these entries before. So if we are seeing a sell-off here and you want to pick it up, maybe that is a zone that you can do your own research on, Derek, and good luck with it. But yeah, 20 and probably meets at around 600, I would think. What's the market cap of Doge? Let's have a quick look. I'll leave my Cartesi up. I want to check that one out after. Cartesi. Yeah, I invested in Uniswap because it was a picture of a unicorn. And it looked like good TA. There's no reason other than that. Because I don't like some of these coins, I don't have much faith in them. Uniswap's a good one. But when it was first coming up, I was like, it has a picture of a pink unicorn. That'll probably do well. There was like a whale one as well. That went well for a bit. Old whale coin. So Doge is $71 billion. Utterly insane. Insane. I can't believe it. If you told me that Doge, even last year, that Doge was going to be potentially going to go to $100 billion, I would say I would do some bad, I would eat some bad food, some rotten clams or something. But right now, it could actually be happening. Now, if you told me ETH was going to be $400 billion, I'd say, that's possible. But this one, no way. I would have never thought it in 1,000 years. That is insane. $71 billion Doge. Wow. So the market's stabilizing here a little bit. Of course, the first hour will be the key to how the market's going to trade through the first part of the day. And it's all about probably the SP 500 and this 41.75. That would be where I think day traders are probably looking at that level. Silver battling it out for the 27. Love to see a daily close above the 27. And yeah, really, I mean, what this is a whole bunch of sell-offs. And unfortunately, any stock that's been breaking through heavy supports, it's been quickly repricing itself to the next zone. And that's what's happening with Teladoc right now. 157, down 3.6. All right, guys. Well, that probably brings us to the conclusion of the stream. I'll, of course, be here tomorrow, Wednesday market open. We'll be checking out the cryptos. We'll be checking out the stock market. And I'll have a daily recap coming through for you tomorrow. So remember to subscribe if you haven't already. Give it a like anyway. It does help us out even after the stream is over. And we'll see you tomorrow. Peace out, guys. Thank you so much. Massey wants me to check CRISPR. I'll click CRISPR. CRISPR. CRSP. It's down 3.79. So it didn't get a new breakout yet. We're looking at it right around that 130, what was it, 135-ish kind of area, trying to figure out whether it was going to go long. It's right on the trend line, man. Go daily, chuck the trend line on, and it's right there right now. So good luck. Hopefully it holds. Otherwise, unfortunately, it might go down to like a 110 first. Catch everybody. Yeah, it's below 4175, Reese, but it must close. Close. In TA, the close is the key. It's not about breaking.